Alright, I've commenced the self-destruction of my channel. This video is going to get firebombed, but I don't care. I don't care at all, because I am here to tell the truth, alright? I'm not here to be popular. So, first let's bring up the fact that the Torah in the Old Testament is sanctioned by the Quran. So, chapter 3, verse 3, chapter 5, verse 6, multiple times in the Quran is a Torah sanction. I bring that up because in the Torah, or as us Christians call the Old Testament, we are told that a false prophet would, Deuteronomy 18:20, would reveal messages in the name of other gods and speak revelations that weren't revealed to him. Obviously, I don't think we need the Bible to tell us that would be a false prophet. Now, unfortunately, Muhammad did both of those things at the same time. So, there are multiple sources. According to David, what is 37 sources? I'm not sure if there's actually 37, but I know there's quite a few. I've checked a few of them. But today we'll be pulling from the history of Al-Tabari and Ibn Ashaq, with Ibn Ashaq being the earlier account, but the Al-Tabari account being what we're going to go over first because it's more in-depth. So, let's switch to this. Alright. So, page 108 on your right side will talk about Muhammad at the Mecca. So Muhammad's talking to pagans, jinns, and whatnot. But I'm going to make this as simple as possible because I have some underlined ports here. So he's talking to them, and then Satan casts on his tongue because of his inner debates and what he desired to bring to his people the words, "These are high-flying cranes. Verily, their intercession is accepted with approval." So he's talking about 3 crane goddesses here. 3 crane pagan goddesses. By intercession, he means these crane goddesses take your message and bring it up to God. And as you can see on this left side, Satan casts a false revelation on the messenger of God's tongue. So, they go on, and when the crushers, they rejoiced and were happy, and delighted at the way in which he spoke of their gods, and they listened to him, while the Muslims, having complete trust in their prophets, and respected the messages which he brought from God, did not suspect him of error, illusion, or mistake. Yeah, he shouldn't, he's a prophet, right? When he came to the prostration, he pleaded the surah, and prostrated himself, and the Muslims did likewise, following their prophet, trusting that the message he brought was following the example. Those polytheists, So, he basically got tricked by Satan into revealing a message from high-flying crane goddesses. Okay, and then we continue on. This should be page 109 of this Al-Tabari, and then, as you can see, the underlined part, Muhammad has mentioned our gods in the most favorable way possible, stating in its recitation that they are the high-flying cranes and that their intercession is received with approval. So then Gabriel, who plays a big part in Islam, came to the messenger of God and said, "Muhammad, what have you done? You have recited to the people that which I did not bring to you from God, and you have said which was not said to you." Then he goes on, and God cancelled this with this. Satan had thus cast, and apparently all prophets before Muhammad did it. There's never been a prophet or messenger before him who desired as he desired as wish. Satan had cast words into his recitation. So so that doesn't even make sense because Jesus never did that. There is zero record of Jesus, because in Islam Jesus is a prophet, right? So in Islam, is there any account of Jesus revealing a message from Satan? I don't think there is, and Jesus is just a prophet in Islam, right? So that doesn't even make sense. Just sounds like a cop-out. Let's continue. So this is Ibn Ashaq account. This is earlier. This is basically saying the same thing. Gabriel came to him. "What have you done?" Blah, blah, blah. So this is the new verse. Originally it was this. That was the original verse. Now it's this. "And we did not send before you any messenger or prophet, except that when he spoke or recited, Satan throw into it some misunderstanding, but Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in, and then Allah makes precise his verses, and Allah is knowing and wise." So, let's get this straight. Let's read the next verse. "So he may make what Satan throws in a trial for those within whose hearts is a disease, and those hard of heart, and indeed the wrongdoers are in extreme dissension." So, let's get this straight. Allah made his final prophet the first prophet. He was not every prophet did this, because Jesus, there you go, Jesus debunked. But he made his final prophet the first prophet ever to be deceived by Satan. The whole point of being a prophet is to bring the message from God to the people, right? He's the first prophet that couldn't tell whether a message was from God or not, and he spoke the words from other gods and had people worshiping the other gods in complete violation of what was told of us before that a prophet would do if he was false. And then it's like, oh, well, and then remember, the Quran is sayings from Muhammad, right? That's what they are at the end of the day. So he then says, well, yes, but every prophet before me did it, and it's just Allah testing him. I don't buy it. And now, just to add on to it, let's switch back to the screen. Sahih al-Bukhari 4862. This comes 100 years after the Ibn Ashaq account, which is right here. 100 years after is now, this is what they changed it to. The Prophet performed prostration when he finished reciting Surah An-Najm, and all the Muslims and pagans and jinns and human beings prostrated along with him. So anyone who knows anything would know this doesn't make any sense, because pagans are pagans. Why would they be worshipping along with Muhammad? Doesn't make much sense, does it? They don't believe what Muhammad's saying. They only prostrated with Muhammad when he talked about their gods. So as you can see, this is switching the story from, well, Muhammad accidentally revealed a message of Satan, so to now like, oh, well, Muhammad revealed a message from Allah, and the pagans prostrated. No, you switched out the part there. So, that's the story of how Muhammad revealed a satanic message on accident. Whoops, I accidentally revealed a message of Satan. Yeah, I'm the final prophet. Whoops. Oopsie daisy. So, like I said, the whole point of being a prophet is real messages from God to the people. If you can't tell it's from God, then how are you a prophet? It doesn't make any sense. So, with common sense and using Deuteronomy, the criteria we were given, is it over 1,000 years? I'll say over 1,000 years. I may be a little bit off in that, but over 1,000 years after Muhammad, or 1,000 years before Muhammad was born. Okay, we are given criteria to find a false prophet. Muhammad breaks the criteria. He's like, oh no, it's just a test. Yeah, sure. So this is one of the many reasons why I am not a Muslim. Now, the other reasons are plentiful. I will be covering them on this channel. Thank you for watching. Happy learning.